Trillions in global collateral quietly moved one step closer to settling on chain, and almost no one noticed. Last week, the headlines were dominated by Iran and macro volatility. Markets were reacting to geopolitics, but while attention was elsewhere, Canton had its first strongest week yet, because just in the past week, from late February into early March 2026, Canton dropped 4 major pieces of news. These are not small updates at all, no sir. They really shift the story around real-world asset and TradFi going on-chain. We're starting to see a move from pilot programs into actual production infrastructure. Wall Street is already involved, and now Asia is stepping in as well, truly global. Namely, the first Japan listing on SBI VC trade scheduled for March 25th, 2026. Japan is known for having some of the strictest crypto regulations out there, so getting listed there is a meaningful credibility signal, especially for institutions. It also opens the door for a much broader user base in the region. So in this video, I am going to break down each of these new catalysts, explain what they really mean for adoption and for CC token, then update the 2026 outlook based on everything that has just happened. If you're following Canton Network, then this video is for you. Alright, let's get into it. Make sure to like and subscribe to CryptoNinjas for more contents like this. Thank you very much. First, let's do a quick recap for those who missed our last video about Canton. You can actually watch it here on the top right. Now, Canton is a blockchain focused on privacy, crafted for the big leagues of finance, like banks, enterprises, financial institutions, not individuals like you and I. But if we still want to invest in Canton, we can, through their token, CC, which moves in sync with network activity. Heavyweights like DTCC, Goldman Sachs, and JPMorgan Chase are on board, and the network is already handling over $350 billion in tokenized real-world assets. Alright, now let's get on to the news. First one is ChainLink going live on Canton. On February 25th, 2026, ChainLink fully deployed its data stack on Canton. That includes real-time market data streams, NAV and AUM feeds, proof of reserve verification. Early March, around March 2nd, ChainLink CCIP cross-chain protocol went live as well, making seamless transfers between Canton and other chains possible. Now, why does this matter? Canton was already designed for institutions. It had strong privacy, compliance, and permissioned access. But what it was missing was reliable external real-time data. And without trusted data, institutions simply cannot operate at scale. So before this, Canton was like a high-end sports car with no speedometer. Sure, it can run smoothly, but you didn't know how fast you were going or if you were about to hit a wall. So now, thanks to ChainLink, we've got a clear dashboard and the road is wide open. Banks and funds can price collateral instantly on-chain. That unlocks lending, margin, repo, and settlement for tokenized treasuries and bonds, while still keeping everything private and compliant. Another key point here is equities data. With ChainLink's equity streams, Canton can potentially access pricing tied to the roughly 80 trillion US dollar stock market. Now, that opens the door for tokenizing stocks and ETFs on-chain with reliable real-time data behind them. So here's the big shift. Data is no longer the bottleneck, and once that bottleneck is gone, institutions don't test anymore, they deploy. More real usage means more network fees. More fees mean more burns, and that is directly connected to CC deflationary model. Bullish. And that brings us to the real test, the second major news. On February 24th, 2026, a collaboration of financial titans like DTCC, Goldman Sachs, Citadel, and others completed the first ever cross-border intraday repo using tokenized UK government bonds. Dang, it's like the Avengers assemble, but in finance. Now, before we go any further, let's quickly explain what a repo actually is. A repo, short for repurchase agreement, is basically a very short-term loan between financial institutions. One side provides high-quality government bonds as collateral and receives cash in return, often just overnight or, intraday. Now, let's zoom out. These transactions are worth trillions of dollars every single day, but settlement still takes around 1 to 2 days. That was the old ways, right? The lame ways. Now, the Canton on-chain new way, settlement is within the same day, 24/7. No sleep, no stop. And this was not a demo, not a pilot. It was real, regulated transaction between fully licensed institutions. For Canton, this is a massive proof of concept. It shows that the network can handle high-value cross-border institutional trades in live conditions. Now, for the broader real-world asset and TradFi space, this proves on-chain repo can work at scale. That potentially unlocks trillions in trapped collateral and moves global finance closer to 24/7 settlement instead of legacy slow systems. Next up, we have a major news regarding Bloomberg and Kaito data. Here's where everything ties together. Executing large repo trades is impressive, but without trusted data, it's like trying to drive a Formula 1 car blindfolded. Exciting? Yeah, sure, but not exactly practical. With ChainLink's live on Canton, data from Bloomberg LP, Kaito now flows directly into the network. That means real-time pricing for treasuries, repos, and collateral, sourced from providers institutions already trust. This isn't retail DeFi price feeds. This is Bloomberg-grade infrastructure on-chain. At the same time, JPMorgan Chase is testing digital deposits and payments on Canton throughout 2026. So now we have live institutional trades, trusted market data, ongoing bank integration. That combination is what turns a blockchain into financial infrastructure, not narrative, system-level adoption. If DTCC scales treasury tokenization in the first half of 2026 and JPMorgan expands, Canton could realistically become part of Wall Street's settlement backbone. Finally, the big news for Asia. SBI VC Trade, which is part of the massive SBI group, will list CC on March 25th, 2026. This is the first official domestic listing in Japan. This does three things. First, expands access to Japanese retail and institutions. 2, enables direct JPY on ramps. And 3, increases regional liquidity. Compared to real-world asset players like Auto Finance or Centrifuge, which are great projects by the way, but they are mainly listed on global exchanges, Canton gains a unique edge by entering a tightly regulated market like Japan. That's adoption on both sides, Wall Street in the West integration and Asia market access. With everything laid out, now let's talk about CC token price prediction. As of early March 2026, March 5th to be more specific, CC is trading around 15.6 cents. Market cap is currently at about 5.9, so around $6 billion, the same as FTV. The trading volume, 24 hours, is about $32.3 million, which is up about 50% compared to the last day, which shows massive momentum. Now, Canton has been pretty flat for a couple of days ever since that all-time high of around 19 to 20 cents back in February. As you can see right here, is moving within this range right here, actually down a little bit from the last couple of days. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red days. This seems to be a green day. And now we're at the very bottom of this box right here at about 15 cents. So potentially now in the short term, looking at Canton right now with all the major news that it has released in the past couple of days, personally, I think that this could be a very nice local bottom for Canton, and it might move towards the 17-cent range in the upcoming days. However, we also have to look at Bitcoin price as well. And right now, Bitcoin is not looking real good. We recovered a bit to about $70,000 to $73,000, but now it seems like we're heading back down. This is just a small recovery, but already the RSI of Bitcoin, look at that right here, in one day already climbed up to about 55, right? So if you look at the previous recovery, every time when Bitcoin bleeds down this hard, it always recovers, right? So right now it's just one of these recoveries, and in the next few days it will continue dropping. That's what I'm afraid of, because the war in Iran is still escalating, so there's nothing very for sure in geopolitical side, right? So in the next couple of days we can expect Bitcoin to sort of go sideways within this range right here, and then it will drop potentially down to about $50,000 range. That's still my thoughts on Bitcoin price. And because Canton exists in the crypto market, it follows the general crypto market, and the crypto market sort of follows Bitcoin and major macro news. So regardless of how bullish everything is, I still think that in the short term, in the next couple of weeks, Canton's price will still dump down, and hopefully it will dump down to the lowest at around 13 to 12 cents right here, which is the next support zone. And if it were to reach here, and I'm also looking at the RSI, if the price of CC reaches around 12 to 13 cent and the RSI in the 1-day chart reaches 30 and below, then obviously this is a very good shot for us to DCA into Canton, because my DCA method is always looking at the general micro economics and also looking at the RSI to indicate if this token is oversold or not. If it's oversold, if the RSI is below 30 and the price is looking good at key support levels and Bitcoin is also down to key support levels, then I am DCAing with a high volume. Look at that. The last time when Canton was down to below 30 RSI, we were actually at a very bottom. And I'm telling you, man, this RSI method is the GOAT. If you would have purchased Canton right here at around 6 cents, we would have profited a lot by now. And so I'm waiting for that opportunity until Canton reaches 30 and below. Okay, it may go down to 12 cents or even lower than that, maybe to 11 or still 10 cents. We don't know, but as soon as it reaches 30 and below RSI, I am buying. So that's kind of my target upcoming. Even though we have bullish news, and major integrations coming and the Japan listing market. So in the short term, it might go up to like, 17 cents, as I said, to recover, just like Bitcoin, while Bitcoin was moving sideways. But in the next couple of weeks, I'm talking about weeks, yeah, it will dump down from that range right there and down to about 12 to 13 cents. And until Bitcoin recovers to its key levels like $90,000 to $100,000 at the end of 2026, then we can really see Canton going up high to its previous all-time high at about 19 to even higher than that to 23 cents. All right, to wrap this up, in just 1 week, Canton moved from being a relatively niche institutional chain to showing real signs of production level momentum. This is traditional finance slowly integrating blockchain into real workflows. And that's what makes Canton different. Institutions are not just experimenting anymore, they're executing step by step, and they're choosing Canton to do that. Now, with that said, we also have to talk about risk. Crypto is still super volatile. If the broader market corrects hard, if institutions, let's say, rollout takes longer than expected, CC could easily trade sideways for months, not even going up to like 17 or 18 cent or going down immediately, right? Nothing is guaranteed. Always do your own research and never risk money that you can't afford to lose. So if this breakdown helps you understand more about Canton and the bigger picture real-world asset and institutional crypto, hit like and subscribe and turn on notifications for CryptoNinjas for more contents like this, and comment down below what you think about Canton. Thank you so much for watching. Daily out.